In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was one with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and apart from him, not one thing was made that ever existed. Within him is life, and within life was the light of mankind. The truth shines forth through the lies, and the lies cannot overcome it. There was a man sent by God whose name was John. This man came as a witness to testify about the divine truth, so that all people might come to believe through him. He was not the truth, but he testified about the truth. For the light of the truth, which gives the truth unto all mankind, was coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world came to exist through him. But the world did not know him. He came unto his own people, but his own did not receive him. But as many as received him, he bestowed unto them the option to become the children of God, unto those who are faithful to his name, a people not born of blood, nor born of the desires of the flesh, nor from the desires of mankind, but born of God. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glorious reflection, just as a unique child born of the Father, full of grace and truth. And everyone who conforms unto him shall have life eternal. For God so loved the world that he gave the unique Son, so that whoever conforms unto him shall not die, but has eternal life. And this is the judgment, that the truth came into the world, but mankind loved the lies more than the truth, for their works are evil. For those who practice evil hate the truth, and they do not come to the truth, lest their works are made known. But those who practice the truth come unto the truth, so that their works are made known, so that through God they become accomplished. The waters of the vault of the heavens are higher than that which is upon the plain below. The cloud rains down the blessing of water. It is good and pure, peace and light. And in the places where the water is sacred, they gather up the water, that it might be used to bless, to be brought forth, and to drink of it. For such water is capable of enlightening all life, and bringing joy and contentment into your life, if you drink it. Now, the water of heaven is able to heal, so that you might become healthy, and may sustain life. But those who drink from the vault of the waters of the earth will come to learn that even though they have previously been warned, the water of the earth is contaminated. Now, drinking contaminated water will not always induce death. No, sometimes it will just leave a bad taste, slow you down, or drain you of your energy. Or perhaps it will induce a sickness, in which a small portion of thy life be lost forever. Now, since time is a precious thing, often when someone loses a portion of their life unto a type of sickness, they regret it, thinking unto themselves, I wish I had never drank that contaminated water. Therefore, drink ye of the pure waters of heaven. Do this so that it will go well for you and yours in the land I have apportioned for you. Now, high upon your mountain there is a garden, and within that garden all kinds of seeds are trying to take root, so that they might grow and bear fruit. And whatsoever seeds you choose to water, they will grow. But that which is not watered will diminish. Now, a good person may have some bad seeds, but a good person turns the bad seeds away, filtering them out, lest they take root and grow to bear fruit. And be you forewarned, for a bad seed that begins to take root will diminish your garden and all that surrounds your garden. Be ye also forewarned that some seeds, once they take root, are very difficult to get out of your garden, unto the point that sometimes they will destroy your entire garden. Therefore, truly, truly, I tell you, tend unto thy garden well, growing the good and casting out the bad, lest the seeds unite with 7 other seeds, and the latter state of the man be worse than the former, and the bad fruit be brought forth, and the bad fruit demand an accounting. On account of this, truly I tell you, water the Spirit, for a man of the flesh is a slave unto the flesh, but a righteous man is a slave unto none. No, he is free indeed. But if you are lost, sick, or bound in prison, do not despair. For out of such great love God is willing to lead you into the healing that you are seeking for your own life, that ye might turn and become children of joy. Such as these go about all the days of their life, happy and joyous, doing the will of their Father, as they have been taught. Therefore, get the flesh out of thy own way, so that God can exalt your life. See, a king will reign in righteousness, and rulers will rule with justice. Each will be like a shelter from the wind and a refuge from the storm, like streams of water in the desert, and the shadow of a great rock in a thirsty land. Then the eyes of those who see will no longer be closed, and the ears of those who hear will listen. The fearful heart will know and understand, and the stammering tongue will be fluent and clear. No longer will the fool be called noble, nor the scoundrel be highly respected. For fools speak folly, their hearts are bent on evil. They practice ungodliness and spread error concerning the Lord. The hungry they leave empty, and from the thirsty they withhold water. Scoundrels use wicked methods. They make up evil schemes to destroy the poor with lies, even when the plea of the needy is just. But the noble make noble plans, and by noble deeds they stand. Now, throughout all creation, you can see the love of God made evident through the countless blessings upon the earth, the grass of the field, the breath in thy lungs, and the fruit which grows within hand's grasp, and the time of the harvest, gifts God created for his beloved children. For God is a God of love, and by looking upon creation, you can learn much about the goodness of God and his nature. Look how the reed grows. The reed does not sway itself. No, in whatsoever direction the wind flows through them, the reed is gently swayed. A reed does not doubt, nor does it fear. No, a true reed keeps growing upward out of love for the sun. No true reed trusts in mankind, for a true reed trusts in its maker's design. It cannot be brought to bow by the earth. No, the reed will only bow unto the direction of the wind, as day after day it trusts that the rain will be sent down from the heavens in the proper seasons, so that it might abound. And their own field, and in their own field the light of the sun can be seen shining forth upon them as they drink freely of it, and it wells up within them, thereby becoming one with them, that they might endure. And on the good day the light will make the reeds appear similar unto gold and even crystal. And these reeds are much like the nation of all Israel, for there in the heights of Mount Zion all Israel builds upon the foundation, which is deeply rooted within the rock of the head of the mountain, a foundation that cannot be shaken. For the king or queen who trusts in the unfailing love of the Lord will never be shaken. However, the pathway unto Israel is narrow, and it goes up a steep mountain. But because there are no slaves in Israel, but only free people, all the nations of all the earth come flocking unto the name of my Father and his holy nation. And very great multitudes are willing to endure hardship and journey great distances, so that with God they might take their lives in their own hands, in the hopes that they might become free to love and build howsoever they choose, free to think and free to create. And this freedom is the envy of all creation, to such an extent that all mankind seeketh after it. I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whomsoever curses you, I will curse. And all the peoples of the earth will be blessed through you. Because of this, you are the salt of the earth, a sweet savour pleasing unto God, a nation of blessings gifted down from heaven, out of thy Father's love and grace, a blessing that draws forth the taste in life. For out of such great love God has numbered even the hairs upon thy heads. As day after day his mercies are made new, as he walks along with you, guiding your steps unto that same mountain top, as he calls each of his beloved children home. You are the light of the world, that city atop the mountain that cannot be hidden. For the ways of God have come down from heaven to rest upon the heads of all Israel, to then flow forth through each of you, unto the point that through you all the nations of all the earth are blessed by your light and the light that dwells within you. You are blessed, for your eyes see what others cannot see. You are blessed, for your ears hear what others cannot hear. Blessed are thy feet, for they have been washed by the blood of the Christ. And blessed are you for the life that dwells within you. For you have walked out of death and into life, and life everlasting. Now, since you are the light of the world, therefore you are no longer of the earth. No, you are of the sun. So then, truly I tell you, do not walk in the wickedness of the earth, to learn the ways by which to build. No, but behold the Son. For just as the Son is compassionate and generous to lay down his light freely unto the benefit of all creation, he is also a guide unto the lost, rising up in the east, only to then lead back west, back unto Eden. The Son is not self-seeking, as his light freely grants vision unto all life, enlightening the way by which we walk. And if ye be so wise to walk in the daylight, then you will feel the warmth of the Son's life-giving presence going along with you all the days of your life. Then if you begin to study the fiery heart of the Son and begin to imitate the Son, you also will begin to shine forth like the Son in all goodness and blessing. To have the Son shine forth then upon you, thereby beginning to soak up the source of all light within the depths of thy very soul, as you yourself are changed from a child of the earth unto a child of the God of the Son. At which point you will become mighty like a ray of the sun, giving life, blessing, and being blessed, full of warmth, compassion, and generous unto all life, able to awaken the dawn, to such an extent that afterward, when the rays of the sun be reflected, they will return in the direction of the sun, being lifted up as their spirits begin to soar unto the heavenly heights. Such as these have set a fire upon the earth, to such an extent that all creation looks unto them and speaks of them, seeking after their ways. For Christians are the imitators of the Son. Therefore, To get through the crucible unto life, go ye by way of the mountain. For there atop the high mountain the snow falleth, as the waters of heaven begin to solidify within, as a blessing unto the heads of the wise few, who have chosen to travel life by the way of the few. But lower down upon the earth there be a great many upon which no snow falleth. And so they battle without purpose or reason, giving in to the baser roads of hatred, jealousy, envy, self-doubt, backstabbing, and all kinds of wicked foolishness. Yet, all the while the denizens of the snowy heights hold fast unto the memory of the blessings upon their heads, and it brings them the Messiah's peace. As they remain joyous, content, and within perfect peace all throughout their days, as they go about loving one another as well as their own lives. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. For God is to be worshipped both in spirit and truth, the kingdom of God and the kingdom of heaven. Now Christians are the servants of God alone, as they hold unto a spirit of servitude, trying to lead and help others unto the way unto life. So remember, when others give you hatred, do not receive it or welcome it within, nor return it unto them often, lest hatred well up within you. Rather, at the crossroads, choose whom you will serve. And let those who choose hatred have their hatred. Perhaps try and lead them out of the wicked foolishness, but do not travel by that same road thyself, nor get dragged down into temptation, envy, or jealousy, for the wicked have no life within them, and there is no wisdom in being hateful. Those who have called hatred wisdom are now gone, for warfare and hatred are often double-edged swords, which fall back upon thy own head. There is no wisdom in being angry or bitter over thy own life, nor allowing negative thoughts to enter into thy temple. No, wisdom lies only within the ways of God, going by the way of the mountain, where there is joy and focus, as well as the love necessary to build a life that you will love. Therefore, set thy eyes focused upon the good things in life which thy Father hath taught you to walk in. For there is only one who is wise, and his are the ways that lead unto life, and a life that you and your children will love. For children are often following in the footsteps of their parents. However, know full well that there is no wisdom, nor a life that you will love in wicked foolishness. So seek ye out that holy mountain, for it is a steadfast foundation, and know that if you seek me, you will find me. Seek wisdom and get knowledge, so that you are able to learn what makes thy own spirit sing like a crystal. Or rather, to quote Steve Jobs, you have to have passion for what you're doing, because if you don't have passion, any rational person would give up. God is spirit, and his worshipers must worship in spirit and in truth. And Christians are very passionate people, lovers of God. Therefore, seek out the passions which God hath placed within you, and know that it is your responsibility to grow these little ones around us, as well as your passions unto the maturity of the harvest. Because when someone loves something, that is what they do. And know that when a father sees his child joyous atop the mountain of their dreams, he rejoices, delighting in the child which he hath raised up. Therefore, place thy trust in God, as well as thyself, knowing that you were made in his image, and he has blessed you with every blessing necessary for your life. Some of those dreams you thought were lost lie just around the corner. Remember that at the wedding feast it was God himself who turned water into wine, thereby saving the best wine for the last. So step out onto the waters, and do not fear. Instead, remember that when the apostle Peter began to sink into the waters, he cried out, saying, "Lord, save me," not surrendering his faith, no, but pressing into it. Therefore, learn from Peter that when a storm arises in your life and you begin to sink a little, do not run away from the one who can calm the storm by word, but rather run unto him. I will open my mouth in parables. I will utter dark sayings from old, lest the wicked be raised up. Locked doors and keys, keys and hidden seals, the hidden knowledge of the kingdom of heaven and the hidden knowledge of the kingdom of God. Open the scroll and read. For whomsoever can open the scroll and read, all things will be possible for them. When a young girl or boy first approacheth the light, at first it may be obfuscated, difficult to see the source of the light, because it is hidden behind the lampshade. Because the eyes of the blind or a person who is just awakening from a deep sleep are sensitive unto light. Therefore the lampshade is pleasing unto the Lord, lest their eyes by the radiance of the light be brought discomfort, and they might turn away. Therefore, as gentle as the waves upon the seashore, slowly the light wells up within, so that their eyes might adapt unto the light. Then the lampshade might be removed, and the true source of light be made clearly visible unto them. Therefore, if a man hath a bride, then he is a bridegroom. She is Aurora Borealis, which all mankind desperately seeks after, traveling great distances to catch even a glimpse. Yet she is as elusive as light, to such an extent that no man knows her, nor has any man seen her. And if you were to turn your head away for more than just a moment, she might vanish. For wisdom will not abide in wickedness. She will flee from it, working her ways unto the counsel of their will. This is the product of faith and love. Therefore, begin at the beginning. For the Spirit himself created all life, and since he is the source of all life, he is also the source of all the gifts, and knows the ways unto thy own dreams. Nothing lives without his breath, and if he were to withdraw his breath for even a moment, all life would perish. Water is flowing throughout all creation. But if a man be a man, the water is sealed shut, much like a stream that is dammed. Now, by the learning of the ways of the word and water, the stream begins to undam and flow forth, so that ye might be capable to pour forth the giftings of the water as a blessing unto all the nations of all the earth, that they might see and believe, and also to benefit thy own life. And this will unseal some of the seals. Then add a little salt, so that the welling up begins to take its place as the word and the salt become one. And upon this long pathway there are a numberless sum of seals that every man and woman is trying to unseal, whether they know it or not. For behind these seals lie every blessing, perfect peace, and the dreams that are sealed away from them. For it pleased God to do so, having hidden all these unto the wise and learned, but revealed them unto babes. Therefore, by the eating of the salt, one becomes salted. Now, salt is very powerful, because it can be used to erode many seals. But after the sweet savour of salt comes the death, and in the death any seal can be unsealed and received by whomsoever desires to unseal that same seal. And this is the sovereign power of God. Ask anything in my name, and it will be done for you. They look within the scriptures for life, but they are blind and cannot see. For the scriptures speak of me. For I am the resurrection and the life. No man comes to the Father but by me. As the wind blows, all creation knows its sound, and all mankind seeks and continues to discover that which is unseen, for it has been hidden away. But just because I am might not be visible unto the plain eye today, that does not mean one day I am shall not become visible unto some. For unless you see the signs and wonders, you shall not believe. However, when you see the signs of the existence of heaven, the things of the earth will grow strangely dim, as the glory of God takes its proper place upon the throne of thy life. Know that the reward for keeping your covenant is great, as the cost of being my disciple is also great. On account of this, no one should have to ask you to obey God's holy word. You should know his word and obey it on behalf of thyself. For not all who pray to me, Lord, Lord, will enter into the kingdom of heaven, but only those who do the will of my Father who is in heaven. Now a certain man was preparing a great banquet and invited many guests. At the time of the banquet, he sent his servant to tell those who had been invited, "Come, for everything is now ready." But they all alike began to make excuses. The first said, "I have just bought a field, and I must go see it. Please excuse me." Another said, "I have just bought 5 yoke of oxen, and I am on my way to try them out. Please excuse me." Still another said, "I just got married, so I can't come." The servant came back and reported this unto his master. Then the owner of the house became angry and ordered his servant, "Go out quickly into the streets and alleys of the town, and bring in the poor, the crippled, the blind, and the lame." "Sir," the servant said, "what you ordered has been done, but there is still room." Then the master told his servant, "Go out unto the roads and the country lanes, and compel them to come in, so that my house will be full. I tell you, not one of those who are invited will get a taste of my banquet." Therefore, as a pen is the way unto the dreams of a poet, faith is the way unto the dreams of any Christian. For by faith Christians walk. And so I ask you, what man is there, if he hath faith the size of a mustard seed, and keeps walking, could not walk around the entire earth? For true north is a thing that all mankind seeketh after, yet few find. Therefore discern ye the word of God. For just as the north star is a guiding light unto the dreams of the wayward ships, guiding them home, the living word of God is also a guiding light unto all those who hold unto the faith and walk upon me. For I am the narrow pathway unto life, leading true north, and my Father hath tread upon myself, so that all who travel upon his pathway shall set out and arrive, as they begin to take up the consecrated things of heaven, living not as vessels of their own will, but of the will of God. The life-giving word is hope unto all mankind, as hope acts of the hope, unto the faint, those who have lost vision, and the sick. A beacon shines all throughout the night, and is a welcome light unto all those who wander. A beacon does not flicker nor fade, nor does it shine for itself. No, a beacon shines for others, as it gives vision unto all those who look upon its light. And when a beacon is lit in the world, it is the light of the world, as its purpose is to serve forth the light. Therefore know that God is not far off in the distance. No, he lives within you, and guides the very breath in thy lungs, so that you are able to heal the sick, give sight unto the blind, and restore those who have become faint, thereby breaking down their walls and the feelings of self-lack which they themselves hold to, that are holding them back from being restored unto life and built up into the life of His dreams for them. And these are the most important foundations of Christianity: to love and give life, to bless and to be a blessing, and to seek to help others, for God is a God of love. These ways will well up the Spirit within you in a way that no mortal man has. You are the servants of God, holy and able to accomplish God's will here on earth. It is not abundant finance that upholds a community, nor is it possible that finance builds a community, but only the love of God. For outside the love of God, no community remains a community. You do not need finance to make you good and beautiful in the eyes of God, but only the love of God. Hope speaks hope, saturating its word and speech with the life-giving spirit of what lives within hope. By this everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another. It is not what mankind might view as the greatest of us that God chooses. No, God is seeking the heart of gold, simple and even as lowly as shepherds. People who love their flock and watch over them out of love, a kind word here or a nudge in the right direction. The good shepherd knows his flock and the state of his flock as he watches over them, because he loves his flock. The hired hand does not know his sheep, nor does he know the state of his sheep, because he is a paid worker and cares nothing for the sheep. Therefore, seek ye out the true nature of God's love, that ye might learn from it. For a life without love is not much of a life at all. Now, since you have been chosen by God, no longer are you to cater unto the foolish opinions of mankind, but rather you are to place trust and faith in God's wisdom. For the heart and spirit of goodness that dwells within each of you is not common amongst those of the world. Your countless hidden merits, which no one else recognizes, are bare and evident before God: humility, lowness, the striving to help others, kind words and edification. Those moments of work and suffering on behalf of others, so that you might be able to provide. These are not the ways of the world, because you are no longer of this world. No, you were chosen out of this world. My Father knows his sheep, and he is not asking for anything more than what you yourself are capable of giving. But just as it took time to take the clay of the earth and form a man, it also takes time to take that man or woman and form a masterpiece, on account of the lampshade. Therefore, truly I tell you, become like the mustard tree. For who among you men is there that looks upon a growing mustard tree and says, that mustard tree is unfit? For the mustard tree is growing as the Lord designed it to grow, a small seed at first, yet over time it becomes a great tree. And while it is still but a seed, that seed lacks nothing, nor does it lack anything when it is budding or flowering. No, it is growing as God designed it to grow, perfect as a seed and perfect as a tree. Now, as the mustard tree grows, the tree itself may discern it is not as tall as it wants in some areas. Therefore, the tree will seek the sun's guidance, and it might stretch out its roots to grow in those areas. And yet, all the while, it is still perfect, just as God designed it, as it continues to grow powerfully within the grace and the mercy of the Messiah's peace. On account of this, truly I tell you, rid thyself of all negativity, disbelief, and thoughts of self-lack, so that you might then stretch forth with the strength that God hath placed within you to reach out and grow in the perfection of the Messiah's peace, in the direction of your dreams and aspirations, knowing that you are able to awaken the dawn which God hath placed within you. Therefore hold fast and know within thy heart that God's thoughts are higher and his ways are higher than your own. You were chosen by God. Therefore, in that very same moment, all of you lost the right to say or even think, I'm not enough, I'm unworthy, or I'm unloved. For God hath designated you worthy, enough, and loved. You did not choose yourself, no, God hath chosen you out of the world, not as one among 8 billion, no, but you were chosen as one out of 8 billion. He chose you and marked you with the seal of his approval. You lack nothing. God hath estimated thy value and chose you above all the earth. No longer are you the servants of yourselves and the negative thoughts or opinions which you think. No, you have become the servants of God, not so high and lofty as to allow your thoughts and ways in ignorance to try and dethrone God's divine edict over thy own life. For a disciple is not above his teacher, nor a servant above his master. Therefore, in all lowness, humility, surrender thy ways unto God, and bear witness, as by the hands of the great potter your life is lifted up, and salvation becomes clearly visible unto you. And so, be quick to bless, knowing that you were and are this day blessed, slow to anger, and accepting of one another's rough places, as instead you remain focused upon accomplishing God's purpose in your life and glorifying God rather than squabbling like children, being pleasing unto God rather than being pleasing unto the world, rich in forgiveness, yet abhorring hatred, slow to speak, but rich in thoughts, as you learn to trim thy own garden, being loving of good, but hating evil, and doing unto others as you would have done unto you. Blessed are the makers of all life, for she is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. Know also that you have been commanded to be wise as serpents and as unmixed as doves. Therefore, examine thy theologies to make sure that they are not of the wisdom of mankind, which is here one moment, but gone the next. No, but of the wisdom of God, which endures forever. The liar fears the truth, but the truth fears nothing. Blessed is the one who loves the truth and seeks after it, for they will find. Blessed is the one who delights in the law of the Lord, for the lone eagle soars highest. And do not trust in only what you can see at the present time. Rather, place all faith and trust in the Lord of thy dawn, trusting in your future glory with God. For God is able to, at any moment he so desires, to split the earth. Sit with me until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. You are not the present state of your emotions, nor struggles and hardships, for you have become the partakers and the inheritors of the eternal glory of God. And let this teaching bring the truth of the Messiah's peace into thy heart, that ye hold unto it all of your days. For a man at peace is able to accomplish even the mighty deeds of the prophets. Therefore, do not doubt God's power and ability to bring you unto completion, unto the harvest. For there once was a man who made a grievous error, and weeping in his time of need, he cried out unto the Lord, and the Lord appeared unto him, speaking audibly, as God instructed the man exactly what he was to do. And within 6 hours that same man flawed and broken, yet chosen of God, yielded a crop 317-fold. After that, the things of the earth grew strangely dim, and he began to walk with God, to then see the reflection within the lapsus lazuli, and as instructed with God, to begin his work. Ask me, and I will make the nations your inheritance. The ends of the earth will be your possession. It is not the state of inner turmoil that allows one to endure hardship after hardship only to remain fully focused and sure of success. No, it comes from knowing that the one who goes with you is greater than with those who are with them. 80% of the world professes that God exists. The voice which all creation hath knowledge of is not silent. No, he has heard his servants' prayers and is moving in power. Therefore, know that when the Lord of all miracles says unto your Red Sea, Be parted, it will part. And that is the sovereignty of God and the power of thy faith, to walk when no one else can, to see light even during the night, and at that time to speak hope, to rise up when no other man hath the strength to stand. And these are a few of the components of the Messiah's peace, unto which I have